Izuku, I think I might know why you said you recognized that man's face. I think I know. I think I know who you're talking about, because as soon as I saw that face, I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no way. And I decided to look, and I'll show you on the screen. This dude is fucking Vault Boy. Like, this man is fucking Vault Boy. Look at the similarities of these two characters. Look at the face. Look at the eyes. Vault Boy. Are you fucking... What? Horikoshi! I'm a boy! Like, I don't know if you were trying to reference that or not, but... that is straight up fucking Vault Boy. Like, this man, I'm gonna nickname this man Vault Boy. I don't care what type of name this man gets throughout the remainder of the series. I want to call this man Vault Boy, unless a new name that's even better than Vault Boy comes up. But just like, really, this man looks like Vault Boy. Okay, so with that being said, this chapter of Boku no Hero Academia, rather calm. It's a very calm chapter for the start of 2017. I mean, if we think about the conclusion of 2016 of Boku no Hero Academia, it was very explosive. There's a lot of character development, characterization, and we got to see finally kind of the conclusion to Bakugo and Izuku's rivalry, or I guess the rebirth of it, and the conclusion of their non-real rivalry they had in the past. So with this, the start of 2017 is rather calm. It sets up for the upcoming events of Boku no Hero Academia for 2017, especially the upcoming classes and how right now Izuku and his entire classmates are trying to settle in and learn about their next year in school, for instance, their second year. And so far from what we can see is that the house arrest that Bakugo and Izuku have been under for about 3 days now, it's really affecting them because they're not able to go to their classes and learn things like everybody else is doing, so obviously they're falling behind. And I love how Izuku throughout the chapter, he has all these expressions in his face. He's like, holy crap, I feel so out of the loop. I'm not in the loop. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're, learning. There's just a gap right now growing between me and everyone else. And this shows you how, Izuku is reflecting from the situation of how he's in trouble, how he's in house arrest right now. I like how he's reflecting from that, and he's realizing, getting in trouble, how much damage this is causing him and what it could cause him in the future if he doesn't get everything straight and also eventually try to bridge this gap that he's already formed between everybody else, because now he hasn't been working for the past 3 days since he's been under house arrest. So with this man saying what he said in this chapter, like, I feel out of the loop, I need to bridge the gap, I was very happy. It just shows you he's motivated to try to learn and continue to grow stronger, but also he realizes that right now everybody's already ahead of him and he's no longer in the lead. He needs to study even harder. And since we do know one of Izuku's personality traits is to study and be very intelligent and also think about certain situations, he's easily going to catch up. I sense Izuku is going to be completely fine. He's going to be able to catch up and all that, because I mean, this man, he constantly takes notes, he makes sure he analyzes different situations, so I highly doubt this man's going to have too much of an issue of catching up. And we do know Bakugo as well, he's not, a stupid person. He's actually relatively intelligent, so this man will easily catch up to him once, he gets back from house arrest. So I'm not really worried for that. I just am happy to see that Izuku was taking it very serious. He realized that this gap is forming right now because he hasn't been there. He doesn't feel like he knows everything that's going on. And even Ida, he was also, banned from actually telling Izuku or Bakugo what was going on in the class. Like, he wasn't able to relay any information to them, and he had to keep silent. And so, I mean, that Izuku would have to walk into the situation in school and just, figure out by himself. Like, you have to figure out what is going on. So, what's going on right now in school is relatively important right now. And it's actually been set up for a while now. Like, earlier on in the series, when we had that first big-ass tournament going on, and we know Bakugo was kind of like the winner of it, we do know that everybody was trying to get, I guess, points. For instance, everybody was watching them, all these big top organizations and stuff and heroes were watching, UA and seeing who was performing the best. And whoever performed the best, and how they stood out, they would get noticed by people, and then they would get scouted, and then they would be, asked if you want to join their corporation or, be with them, work for them, or whatever. And since that tournament, that was all build up for what's going on right now, what is happening in this arc. Right now, everybody's going to be using their connections to be able to do their work, what they need to do for this second year of school. And as we found out from Aizawa Sensei, is that normally first years wouldn't have have their license and stuff. They wouldn't be getting their license, they wouldn't be, you know, getting stuff like this, but thanks to the villain's uprising, thanks to All Might, the symbol of peace finally crumbling down and, you know, coming back to the ground, instead of no longer being as strong as he once was, it's making it to where UA has to force the students to have an accelerated learning pace. They have to already have these licenses. They need to be able to deal with any type of villains that pop up, because the world is no longer as safe as it once was. Since All Might is no longer there, he can't keep all these villains in check, and so more villains are going to continuously pop up, and that would mean that they need more heroes faster. So this is why UA is teaching these kids right now what, you know, like what you need to do. They're already giving them personal experience of what they need to do when it comes to villains, also giving them a license so early. Just all this setup right now is because of the events that's happened in previous arcs, and that's kind of all leading to what this arc is mainly about. Right now, they're trying to use their connections for they can continue on with their goal. This has been said many times in the past of Boku no Hero Academia, and now it's finally coming to the surface in the front line and center. So with that being said, I say that this chapter overall, it was a good chapter. It was a good start to 2017. It wasn't action-packed or anything like that, and I don't expect that with every single chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. I actually prefer these slow chapters that set up things, and that's exactly what this chapter gave us. So I can't wait to see where it's going to go. I can't wait to see, you know, what type of connections Izuku is going to be using, and, you know, Bakugo as well, and everybody else, because of what this arc is centered about. And I also can't wait to find out more about the Big Three that was introduced. I mean, that name right there, that's pretty funny, just calling them the Big Three. When I think about the name Big Three, I think of One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto. But regardless of that, though, like, it's funny just to think that these new characters, they're pretty cool looking. I mean, you have Vault Boy, we have this other character, the female, that's, like, very, 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 very fucking talkative. Like, holy shit, she's talkative. Like, you see it earlier on in the chapter, she's just bugging the guy that's Vault Boy, and it's like, hey, 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 hey. Like, that person was saying that was the girl in the middle, one of the Big Three. So, yeah, apparently she's very talkative, and she just wants to know things, and she'll keep bugging you until she finds out. And the dude behind her, he reminds me a lot of Ray. If you know Ray from The Promised Neverland, it looks like an adult version of Ray. So, yeah. Anyways, that's my thoughts on this new chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How'd you feel about this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia? Are you excited for the start of Boku no Hero Academia for 2017? I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.